Hey guys, this is Nima from MB.Cryptocurrency. For today, the wallet that we're gonna talk about, the MetaMask. So, today we're gonna go and talk how we're using it. First, how to download, how to set up the private key, how to use it, how to transfer fund, how to add the mainnets, how to add tokens onto the MetaMask, and a couple of general information about MetaMask. So let me first tell you about it. If you have a huge fund, make sure you're not using MetaMask for it to actually having it for like a long term. If you're going to use it for a short term, that makes sense. But if you have like something like around 5,000, 10,000 worth of crypto, it is always to have the chunk of it on hardware wallet as it is more secured. There's another tip as well, which we can actually connect our MetaMask to the other hardware wallets, which we will show later in another video how to connect it to the ledger after we introduce how to use the ledger Nano X, which I mean they're both generally the same, ledger Nano X or S, just a little small difference in general. So now without any further ado, let's just jump into the MetaMask. So first of all, you just write down metamask.io, or you just go on Google, search MetaMask download. The first website comes up with this URL. You click it, and then this is the first web page of MetaMask. You press on download. So MetaMask has a couple of versions. When I say versions, I mean you can have it on iOS, Android, and also on your Mac or like any other web browser such as Firefox, Brave, Chrome. In this case, because I have Firefox, it just automatically realized that I have Firefox. So I don't really recommend using iOS and Android. That's why in other future videos, we're going to talk about Trust Wallets in details, how to make a wallet as well, how to transfer funds, what are the ERC token, ERC20 token, TRC20, BEP20, and BEP2 tokens, which we'll explain later. So in order to download, just search metamask.io or just simply search MetaMask download on Google and click the first website. Just make sure it's going to be this website, and then this is the first page what comes up. You press on download now and install MetaMask, which is for me it's going to be on Firefox. So I press on Firefox, add to Firefox as an extension, add, and this Fox will come up over here, but automatically it will open the page. So first thing we're going to say is get started. It just gives you two options. On the left side, if you already have a MetaMask wallet and if you already have your secret phrases, your private key, you just press import wallet and you import your keys, your private keys, your security recovery phrase, and then your wallet will be open. If you don't, which is for purpose of this video, we imagine that is your first wallet, you press create a wallet. In this page, you just couple of so in this page, it just asks you to gather a couple of data from you, which it will say it is saying that you never use any addresses, transaction balances, or it doesn't really collect your full IP address. It doesn't sell your data profit. It's just going to use to make sure the MetaMask will get improved. Personally, I would say no thank you, but depends on what you're thinking. So you press the password in here, as long as it's 8 digits, and this password only work on this desktop. If you have your recovery phrase, which is going to be in 2 slides from now, it doesn't matter if you have that password or not. The password only works if you want to open your MetaMask on this web browser. That makes it a little bit more secure. That was a video that you could watch it on your free time, which is a little bit about the tips and security, about the security tips, but generally it's just really general stuff. It is not really in detailed tips, which we will provide it to you later. Now, this is the secret phrase page. Make sure whenever you want to press this, click here to reveal secret words, no one's around you, you're not here like next to any cameras or anything, because whoever has this 12 phrases can literally access your wallet. That means you're sharing your wallet to somewhere else. And the problem is you don't know who you're sharing with if you don't know who's seeing this. So for the sake of video, because I'm not going to transfer any fund, I'm alright if you guys seeing it, but make sure write it down in 2 pieces of paper. Don't take a screenshot, don't take a photo of it, because if you have a screenshot or you have a photo on it, still the photo might leak on internet. Who knows, you know, there's like a lot of hackers, a lot of leakage of your photo or blah blah blah. Make sure control your privacy, write it on a piece of paper, put it in somewhere secure that no one can access. We might have another future videos at how we can even make it more secure, how we can change the phrases a little bit that only you can realize what the words are. This one's a pretty simple, it's 12 words. Some of the wallets is 16 or even 24, which is our Ledger Nano X that we're going to work on, which 24 phrases, which it might be a little bit harder to actually remember everything. That's why we're going to use tips when we going to introduce the Ledger Nano X, and we're gonna have another like more and that's why we're gonna have another video as well, how to even make it more complex that no one else would actually realize unless you just kind of like an algorithm, to be honest. So yep, at this moment you have to press next. Make sure you wrote it down somewhere, and I'm just gonna, this is a double check that you're confirming you wrote down secret recovery phrase in correct manner. So foil, then floor, foil, then floor, scale, I think that was the next one. Dumb to conduct, act. Security, grass, slam. Security, grass, slam, tornado. And voila, you made your first wallet on MetaMask. So, I hope you knew a little bit about the private key and public key. If not, I'm just going to give a little explanation. Public key, you can actually share it with anyone. That's the, imagine it's a URL that can people send their asset to you, which is not a URL. I'm just going to give it like an example. You learn what it is. But your public key is just a phrases that you have to keep it for yourself, or even it might be a QR code. You have to keep it by yourself. You should not share with anyone. That's your, imagine this is your key to your house. You don't share it with anyone that you don't know. And even the person that you know, you got to make sure that it's not everyone, maybe like your really close family, which yeah, so public key for your MetaMask wallet, it's always on this top. This is a full screen of the MetaMask. Usually when you open it up, when you press this is your main MetaMask. You can work with this. Still, we can bring it in your expanded view, which is the same thing. I'm used to using it only on this extension on top right corner. So now, if you see you only have Ethereum mainnet and only Ethereum, you might ask, hey Nima, am I only gonna use it for Ethereum on Ethereum mainnet, which is ERC token? I would say no, you just have to add token, you have to import the token. And you might ask, what if I don't add the token and I send a token, like for example, if I have sent Shiba to this wallet that is here for the code, see 0x7 blah blah blah, what happened? The fund is lost? I said no, the fund is on blockchain. You just had to add the token, so it just shows how much token that you have. So one of the websites that you can go and add your token and get the address is CoinMarketCap. It's like a huge website. It's one of the most useful websites that you can use. There's a similar website to it as well. That's the name is CoinGecko, which I'm not gonna talk about it for the sake of this video. If I want to add it, it will be like 1 hour to our video in general, the differences, and so we stick with our wallet. So I'll go for Shiba for the sake of this video. If you see Shiba, the contract on this part, it has Ethereum mainnet, which is Ethereum blockchain. So if you want to add it, we have two ways: easy way and a hard way. For the hard way, because I have to explain the hard way, because easy way is not always there for, especially for the tokens which are new, which are not so many people knows about them. You still can add it, but in a hard way, which is not that hard, but yeah, compared to that one. So you copy the address, you press on MetaMask, you scroll down, import token. Now you go on custom token, add. You just token symbol, ship, 18 decimal, add token, and it brings ship into your list. So whenever you have your ship into your wallets, it will just comes right down here. Now you might ask, can we always use the Ethereum mainnet? Is it like any other mainnet that we can add? Yes, we can. We can add so many mainnets, such as Binance Smart Chain, such as Avalanche C Chain, such as Phantom, etc. There are so many more. Go on. You can go Arbitrum. You can go literally almost everything except a couple of them, like Solana. You can. Terra, you can't. They have their own wallet that you have to use. Polkadot, you can't. But it is still useful for most of the mainnets and blockchains. Now, how are we gonna add another network? If you see only Ethereum, you press add network. As we have a hard way and easy way. So for the hard way, you have to go type it on Google. For example, say Binance Smart Chain, how to add on MetaMask. They just give you the network name, chain ID, block explorer URL, and you have to fill this form and press save. There's another easy way which I'm pretty much sure it didn't exist in like 6-7 months ago, which you go on chainlist.org, which is a website. I'm gonna have to refresh the website because I installed MetaMask after that I opened the website. So I connect it to my MetaMask. It just asks a permission if I let it to connect to my MetaMask. So yes, it is connected. Now imagine that I want to connect the Binance Smart Chain to my MetaMask wallet. This is how I press. So if you see the left one, it's a testnet, TBNB, and Binance Smart Chain. This is the mainnet. You press add to MetaMask. It just shows the network name, network URL, chain ID, and you can see even more details in here. The currency is BNB, and then you approved. And switch your network to Binance Smart Chain. Easy as that. It used to be really hard. I know that I was struggling when I was trying to add Arbitrum on my MetaMask. I was just searching, didn't know which one was real, because trust me, there's a lot of people trying to scam you. You got to be really careful with your asset. Who do you send it, and which mainnet do you add? Some of them might be, testnet. You got to be really careful with your asset. So we go on Binance Smart Chain. If you see, it is BNB. Now I'm gonna add, for the sake of video, token names PancakeSwap. Again, I'll go for the easy way. I press, I didn't explain this. So I explained the hard way when you copy address and paste it. The easy way that you can add to your MetaMask, you just press on the MetaMask icon, and it will just say, hey, PancakeSwap, you add the token. It will come up here. So if you remember the last time that we add Shiba, it didn't show any like icon. If you add the Shiba by, for example, pressing the add to MetaMask, it has the icon. Does it make any difference? No, it does not. If it doesn't have any icon, still the same token, it won't make any trouble. It just have a token, it just have an icon which just looks better when you see it. But for me, it didn't have much of a difference, especially when you add the USDT manually, which is a hard way. Still doesn't have any icon, but you can clearly see what are the, if you have a token, for example cake, it will just write down cake, so it won't make a big deal. Now we're gonna have a break. I'm gonna send a little bit of the BNB to this. So if I want to send this, I copy this, send it to someone else. Someone else send I don't know, whatever token it is, BNB, cake, or whatever. It depends on which mainnet. Which I'm gonna send BNB on Binance Smart Chain, which is BEP20 token, which we're gonna have another video about what is the BEP20, BEP2, what are the mainnets, and so on. All right, we are back again with the MetaMask. I asked my friend to send me a little bit of BNB, which is not much. It's only $20. and I'm just going to use it for educational purposes, and I'm sending back the remaining of the BNB to him, which is almost everything. But before we're using this send button and send the BNB to his wallet, I'm just going to talk about the swap function. I don't really recommend using this swap function like a lot, because the slippage is so much higher than other places, as they're like the pools are not that huge. That's why you cannot get the best trade between your tokens. So for example, if you're gonna get like use one BNB in order to get like around $492 USDT, you can get a little bit more if you use other centralized or decentralized exchanges. So, but I would recommend to at least use it once, because there is a possibility that MetaMask release its token and it might airdrop to the people that use the swap function. There's a possibility, there is no guaranteed. I did it by myself as well. I telling you guys it's better to do it once at least, not a huge amount, just a little, which the slippage doesn't really matter if you do like for $20, $30, even $40. The slippage gonna be there like $1 difference, but the fact is you might get like airdrop. There's a possibility that I would recommend to use this swap function at least once, but not more than twice or something. So now we're gonna send the amount of BNB that I receive. I'm gonna copy my friend's wallet as well. I'm just gonna double check. So the main thing is better to, whenever you want to send a fund or cryptocurrency to someone else's wallet, is you double check the first 4 or 5 digits and last 5 digits. If they're the same, most likely the wallet is the same. So I'm gonna check, which is 0x76, yes, and A260, which it is. I'm trying to use the balance, which I don't have any cake. I'm gonna go with max, because I have to pay a little bit of the as a gas fee, so you can't really go like full max. You have to make sure there should be a little bit remaining in order to pay the miners to do the transaction, to approve all of this, that you have amount of BNB you want to send to your wallet to another wallet or whatever is that. You have to pay with BNB. Even you want to send cake or other token in Binance Smart Chain, you pay the gas fee with BNB. It's same as Ethereum as well. With Ethereum mainnets, whenever you're gonna send any type of crypto on Ethereum mainnet, like Shiba that I explained, you have to pay the gas fee by Ethereum. You're not gonna pay the gas fee by Shiba. You have to pay by Ethereum. Same as Avalanche. If you want to send, like for example, Trader Joe token, you have to send it by. You have to pay by AVAX, which is a Avalanche mainnet token. So we'll wrap it up for MetaMask. We learn how to make a MetaMask. We know what is a public key now, how to add another network, how to add another token. That I'll show you the easy way and hard way, which is the easy way. It doesn't really exist for all of the token, which you go on CoinMarketCap and you press this small button. And yep, that's wraps up for the MetaMask. For the next one, we go and talk about Trust Wallets. That wrapped up everything about MetaMask. So if you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe, and press the bell notification so you'll be notified for the upcoming videos. As we progress, the videos are going to get more interesting in more details, and I can't wait for sharing with you guys.